It's another night at Dillon Stadium here in Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford Athletic back at home playing host to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Tonight's match is presented by Trinity Health of New England with former Canadian international Kaylin Kyle. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks for being with us, of course, in the Atlantic Division tonight. So let's look at those standings presented by Jim Bean and Ornitos. And right now, it is Pittsburgh sitting in that second spot. 2 more games played than the Rowdies at the top, but still level on points. And Hartford Athletic, they come in 6th spot coming off that loss against Miami, but that 3-way tie at 27 points. It's going to be quite the battle for that 4th spot, that final playoff spot in this Atlantic Division. Well, last time these two teams played was at the end of July. It was a 3-1 Pittsburgh win. It started off well for Hartford, and then it was all Pittsburgh, which is what this series has been overall.
And I feel like we're going to see here this evening what we know about both of these sides. You look at Hartford and just the inconsistency throughout the season. It comes down to not having that same starting 11 and players out due to injury. They're starting to find their form, players starting to come back into this starting 11. And then on the opposite end, you look at Pittsburgh, love to sit in defensively, extremely difficult to break down, and are so dangerous in that counterattack.
Pittsburgh trying to keep hold of that top spot. They can potentially move ahead of the Rowdies with a win or a draw tonight, but it's still, of course, those games in hand. For Pittsburgh, it's Russell Cicerone. He leads the team in goals and a hat trick last time out.
And he was brilliant in that last meeting, coming off that 4-1 win versus Atlanta 2. I mean, just his run, splitting that back line, and just his vision and awareness off the ball makes him so lethal in that final third and in and around that 18-yard box.
He has been a revelation for Pittsburgh this season since coming over from St. Louis. On the other side for Hartford Athletic, coming off the bench tonight will be Derek Dodson, but Harry Watling, he likes to mix it up quite a bit.
Yeah, and this is one thing, speaking to Harry midweek, is he wants the results to come, but it comes down to performance, and having someone like this on your bench with Dodson, expect him to come off if the game is 0-0 around that 60th minute mark, or if they need a goal, because he is so good at getting on the score sheet, and he's a big body with what they're lacking in that final end.
And he scored last time out against the Riverhounds back in Pittsburgh. So we are ready to go tonight from Hartford, Connecticut. Can Hartford Athletic get back on the winning track, or will Pittsburgh continue their good history against Hartford? Lineups and first kick next.
These sides, you look at Hartford and just the inconsistency.
Back here in Hartford, Connecticut, building up to first kick between Hartford Athletic and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds tonight on this Saturday night. The teams making their way out onto the field now, so let's take a look at those starting lineups. We will start with the home side of Hartford Athletic and Coach Harry Watling.
Yeah, and Harry Watling making 3 changes to this lineup. Martinez comes in on this left-hand side for Lom. Preston comes in on the right-hand side for Dotson. We saw that they struggled in that attacking third against Miami, so I'm not shocked with these 2 substitutes. And then McGlynn comes into this midfield for Gomez. Someone that we're going to need to highlight here is Hack. He struggled versus Miami, just moving that ball forward. Harry spoke to him midweek of what he needs to do here tonight, so will we see it against Pittsburgh?
And on the other side for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, you always know Bob Lilly likes to tinker.
He does like to tinker. So starting off in this 3-4-3, we could see this in 3-6-1. I mean, he loves putting this defensive mind. He doesn't like to admit it, that they're a very defensive team. Hard to break down, but it's in that attacking transition where they can hurt you. 2 changes to this lineup. Perez comes in up top for Williams. Rovira comes into this midfield. So it's going to be this midfield battle here this evening early on.
And there is tonight's referee, J.J. Belinsky. It is Pittsburgh in all white tonight. It is Hartford in their home green and blue. And there is the whistle, and he sends us on our way. It's the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Hartford Athletic tonight from Dillon Stadium in Hartford, Connecticut. And early on, here come the Riverhounds. Ball played in behind. It's Dixon who goes down. Penalty! 15 seconds on the clock, and already Pittsburgh going to the spot, and Jeff Caldwell into the book for Hartford Athletic.
And just 30 seconds into this match, you can see starting out on this front for Pittsburgh, setting the tempo. What we know, Hartford is a very different team when they play at home. You can see just players not marking up good enough in the box. And it's this clever little touch trying to go around Caldwell. And something that we don't see Caldwell do is make too many mistakes. And early on, making a massive mistake in this 18-yard box. So it's the correct call from the referee.
And it will be Russell Cicerone now to step to the spot. Remember the hat trick last time out in the 4-1 win over Atlanta United 2. But just a week ago, Jeff Caldwell saved a penalty. Can he come up with early magic here for Hartford Athletic again? Cicerone scores! A penalty inside of 20 seconds and a goal in the 2nd minute. That sends Pittsburgh on its way 1-0.
And it's the worst possible start that Hartford could have playing at home, coming off a big loss versus Miami, that 2-0 loss, and then a goal early on here. It's a mistakes everywhere on the pitch. Midfield not getting close enough, defensive work at the back. It's a 2v1. It's a brilliant run from Dixon, splitting that 2 center back channel, getting brought down, that half little touch, clinical finish from Cicerone on this PK. You can just see him stutter step at the end and makes Caldwell guess the wrong way. Brilliant strike. And a well-deserved goal early on in this match.
So Russell Cicerone's been on quite the goal-scoring run. Now his 4th goal in about 91 minutes, 92 minutes technically, but this has been quite a start here for the Riverhounds. And we'll see now if they can hold on. And you know, Harry Watling's probably not going to like that start. It took him a while to get going against Miami. Maybe they really never got going in that game. It'll be interesting to see what they can do here tonight now.
And unfortunately, they didn't get going in that game. Yes, you can go back to that offside call that wasn't an offside call. Maybe could have led to an early on opportunity and changed the momentum of that match, but they really were slow in that transition. They had the even possession, but possession with a purpose. Weren't finding those forward passes, playing a lot of side-to-side and backwards passing. So can they work on that in this match here tonight? You're already 1-0 down early on in the match. You need to put it to them. So first thought, can you play forward? Can you break those midfield lines and the press?
Well, don't miss Hartford's next home match right here at Dillon Stadium, September 1st at 7 p.m. Go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and more information. It'll be the Charleston Battery coming to town next for Hartford, but still a long way to think about that one as they need to come back here tonight. Here's a ball played over the top. Danny Vitiello will be able to grab this. And it's quite the stark difference when scoring first and conceding first for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, just 9-1-2. That only loss against Miami FC a couple weeks back at home when they have scored first. As for Hartford, they have yet to win when they have conceded first, 0-5-2. So that really sets the stage for what should be an interesting, I guess, match now. And a very early goal, it completely changes the complexion of this game. Pass play down the left. It's Alex Dixon back on the ball. Cutting in field. Dixon goes for goal, and it's scooped up by Caldwell.
And another good build-up opportunity from Pittsburgh, and Hartford left isolated at the back, 3v3 at the back. When you have the front runners that Pittsburgh do and just how good they are in that final third, they love taking players on, that 1v1 ability, isolating players. You have to have a man up. You need to keep one of your fullbacks in check. You can't be left 3v3 at the back versus this Pittsburgh side.
Remember, Alex Dixon, last 2 years with Hartford Athletic, scored 11 goals in those 2 seasons, and now, of course, back under the tutelage of Bob Lilly, as he was during his couple of years with the Rochester Rhinos. Here's Janjigian trying to battle through and finds Hack, and now Tulu. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Trinity Health of New England. Thank you to all of the incredible healthcare heroes in our community who have worked tirelessly and selflessly through the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, Bob Lilly in prior weeks has talked about Alex Dixon being a little bit more aggressive and being a bit more assertive. And you could see that in the opening minute, just that ball played in behind. Caldwell really had no choice but to bring him down in the box, and it ended up being a goal anyway on the penalty. As the Brazilian trying to get this back in, and immediately concedes possession on the throw. Here comes Forbes. The assist man down this right side, trying to bring it centrally for Cicerone. Now it's Forbes again. Given away by Wharton. Now it's Pittsburgh looking into the attack again. It's Alex Dixon. This Pittsburgh Riverhounds side, pretty even when it comes to home and road splits. 5-3-2 at home, 6-3-2 on the road. And that road form timed for the most road points and wins in the league with Orange County. So it doesn't really seem to matter where they are playing. Bob Lilly has his teams prepared. Hartford trying to start something here. McGlynn not afraid to let it loose from outside the box. Down Tabor Taka into the corner. Torres fires it into the foot there of Danny Barrera. Good first touch. Now Tulu trying to cycle it out wide. It's intercepted.
And this is where Pittsburgh frustrate you. They drop into these banks, this 5-4-1, really condense the middle, try to make you play wide and then get numbers in and around you, because that's where they have the extra up when they drop that wing back through into that back line.
Barrera now in for Hack. Get all those white jerseys back defending. Now they try to play it centrally. Failed clearance at first. It falls kindly. Big save, Vitiello. The follow then is blocked. McGlynn was there. Great early chance from Hartford. It was a missed touch there at the back by the Riverhounds. Dixon is brought down in the middle. Gives us a chance to go back and look at that last opportunity for Hartford Athletic.
And this is such a great opportunity. Yes, it's a missed touch here at the back, a bad clearance here, just trying to get the foot in around it. But these are the opportunities that Hartford need to take control of and need to take advantage of. This needs to get either played back with a late runner that's coming to that top of the 6-yard box, or a better strike on target. Because when you're playing against a defensive-minded team, the longer this game goes, the more frustrated you get. You don't get a lot of good opportunities in and around that 6-yard box.
Great early chance for Hartford, now trying to respond to the early Pittsburgh penalty. Flag up for offside. Well, since 1947, Select has been a leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Torres loses this out of play. Goalkeeper stays on his line. Janjigian just calmly heads this back. Now Torres trying to start something here for Hartford.
This is so much better from Hartford, playing out of the back just with some tempo. They were playing far too slow, and it was allowing Pittsburgh to stay up, get numbers in and around the ball. That quick switch of play, they broke that front line and broke that midfield press. Can they continue doing this?
It seemed like in that game against Miami, they just could not get on the ball and do anything positive with it going into that, even attacking half, let alone attacking third. Here's a long strike as Barrera sends this straight out of play.
And it was just the frustration in that game. We're seeing glimpses of it. It's starting to get a little bit better. Hack didn't have a necessarily great performance versus Miami, and he's really a player on this team that needs to be on in order to break down this Pittsburgh side. You can kind of see him dropping between those two center backs, making that back three, allowing those wing backs to join that point of attack, create the overloads in the width, and that's what you need. To beat a defensive-minded team, it needs to be played quick. It needs to switch the point of attack, and it needs to be done in that 1-2 touch football.
And Harry Watling told us yesterday when we talked to him, he loves those, I guess you could call them mind games with Bob Lilly, just kind of the tactical battle between the two, as so many coaches respect Bob Lilly in this league, and Harry Watling, the youngest coach in this league at just 31 years of age. And here come the Riverhounds again through Alex Dixon. Cicerone up ahead, making the run in behind. Dixon will take this on. And the shot was always slicing wide. Midline Chiropractic is the official chiropractor of Hartford Athletic, offering athletics, rehab, and sports-specific training. Midline is aligned with your health and centered on your well-being. Visit midline.com today. That's MIDLIGN.com. To go right through the middle. Back the other way, it's Pittsburgh. Out wide for Cicerone. Top of the box, there's Rovira, who was taken off the ball. Justin Hack flying in there at the last moment.
It's so much better from Hack getting stuck in. We didn't see that last game, making those big tackles as a defensive midfielder and just moving yourself on that pitch.
Sliding challenge will push this out for a Pittsburgh throw-in. This is the end to a It feels like every month is busy these days, especially in this type of season, but Hartford Athletic going into an 8-game September. That is their busiest month of the season by 2 games. They played 6 in July and 6 in August, so it's been quite the grind the last 2 months, and it'll get a bit tougher, especially with Louisville coming to town in just a few weeks as well. That game will be on ESPN2 September 7th. But Harry Watling said aside from that Louisville game, almost every game from here on out is against teams right around them in the standings. A couple of games coming up against Charleston and Charlotte. Charleston is the next home match on Wednesday, so it'll be an interesting month here for Hartford Athletic as they try to get into those playoffs for the 2nd straight season. This will be a foul and back to Pittsburgh. We'll download the official Hartford Athletic mobile app presented by J Restaurant, available for Apple and Android phones. It's the one-stop shop for all things Hartford Athletic and the easiest way to manage your tickets. Go to hartfordathletic.com/app. Intercepted in the middle there by Walmer Martinez. And now Hack. Made 8 appearances with Hartford a season ago while on loan from NYCFC, including that playoff loss to St. Louis FC, which so many of these players for Pittsburgh were part of, the likes of Russell Cicerone and Todd Wharton. Intercepted. Cicerone. He'll slow things down here. Now we'll switch the play. Dixon will still get there. Here's McGlynn. Now Torres, who wanted that a bit farther out in front. Now please join us in helping founding partner the Hartford celebrate nearly 75 years of educating children about fire safety with their Junior Fire Marshal program. Visit juniorfiremarshal.com to learn more.
And just in the build-up play for Hartford, Borrera, he needs to play more centrally. He's rolling too far out wide. They need that relationship with him and Obregon up top. Right now, they don't have any transition. Hack and McGlynn get on the ball from these 2 center backs. The fullbacks are getting wide. They're creating that width with the overloads of Martinez and Preston. But there's just no that middle pivotal moment where they can get on the half turn and drive at this back forward. So for Borrera, further as this game goes, he just needs to stay a little bit more central and have that partnership with Obregon up top.
Long cross coming into the back post. It's headed down and in. It might have been taken away by Tabor Ataka. It should have been his goal. It doesn't matter. Hartford has its equalizer, and just like that, it's 1-1. It's either going to be Obregon Jr. or Tabor Ataka. Hartford won't care.
And it's just this build up down this right-hand side. Commentators curse. You have Martinez rolling out wide where I told him to stay central. This is why I'm up here and they're down there. It's a brilliant finish. This is a great cross in though. It's spinning just behind this back 4, far enough away from the goalkeeper, gets up and over and just tapped home. But again, brilliant work down this right-hand side. Just the ability to roll in and really contest against this goalkeeper. 1-1 and we have ourselves a game.
There we have it. And it's Juan Obregon Jr. to get the goal, his 5th on the season. And a much better response from Hartford. It just seems like they have a bit more pep in their step tonight than they did against Miami on Sunday.
It just looks like they have a little bit more purpose when they're playing, having those midfields. Hack, again, really dictating the tempo, getting the ball off the back line, hitting that quick switch of play.
And an early substitution here from Hartford Athletic. It's Arma Ashiti who is getting set to check on for Yunus Boudadi. Not sure if this is injury related or not here in the opening 19 minutes. But Boudadi,
it looks like he is grabbing his groin a little bit. So maybe it was something he did pick up in training. They just don't want to risk it, or he can't go the full 90, because I don't think this back line has played particularly bad. Maybe just not marking that one runner that did, which led to the PK. But
that's a 4G recycling substitution. So Arma Ashiti will earn his 13th appearance of the season. Foul there in the middle of the park. And let's go back and look at our keys to the match. And those presented by Hoffman Auto Group. What did you have tonight?
Yeah, it was pretty simple for Pittsburgh. That back four just needing to for Hartford, dealing with the Pittsburgh threatening attack. They're so good in that transition. They sit in, they make it a very frustrating game. And then on the opposite end for Hartford, be more threatening with possession, which we've seen. So I've checked both of them, my keys to the match. Thankfully, they came in for me, but it's a great to see Hartford really change the mindset into a game like this. Struggled against Miami, just getting with possession. Again, it's a difficult place to go and play in Miami, but here looking like a completely different team. And I think that's one thing that we know about Hartford. They play completely different when they're at home in front of their home crowd. They make this place a fortress.
That's what they will need to do this upcoming month, no doubt. Now on the break, Juan Carlos Obregon Jr. He'll take this from pretty far out and he'll send it out of play. And just one loss at home though for Hartford on the season thus far in 8 home matches, 4-1-3. Talked about Pittsburgh on the road. They are pretty solid as well. Well, Hartford Athletic would like to thank Nuovo Pasta, Connecticut, Stop and Shop, and Citizens Bank for supporting our Goals for Meals program. For every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, these partners will donate meals to Food Share Connecticut. Already one on the tally tonight for the home side. Here's Cicerone. Rovira cutting this back. McGlynn able to head this away, and Hack helps it on its way. Here's Forbes. And now Wharton. Foul on the far side. It looked like the referee saw that hand on the back. That's enough to blow the whistle. Cicerone went down. Free kick, Pittsburgh. And of course, it will be Kennardo Forbes. Assist leader in the USL. It looks like just a 2-man wall there, right at the corner of the box. Forbes will flip this in. Caldwell there to punch it away. Perez. Cleared away. How quickly can Hartford look upfield to pull it back? And now Barrera goes over the top. Martinez. Keeps this moving in towards the corner. It's knocked out for a throw-in. So roll out for a goal kick. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our Community Champion program. Children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free of charge. That's a heavy challenge in the midfield as Hack goes down and a yellow card shown there by referee J.J. Belinsky. Rivera into the book.
And it's just Hack getting in the right positions, getting on the ball. You can see the high boot to the face, so it's the correct call from the referee. But again, I love that Hack is making his way through this first 25 minutes, getting on the ball in that back line, getting stuck into tackles. We saw the tackle top of the 18-yard box, and then again, putting his body on the line here that ultimately led to the yellow card.
It was interesting what Harry Watling told us. He said, I'm a midfielder, I played his position, my wife is a midfielder, we're all midfielders. So we had a good chat, and he said he always wants to give his players a chance either in training or in the next game to prove themselves after a tough performance like Hack had, and he's come back and responded nicely.
And I love that managers do that, because sometimes if you do pull a player out, it hurts their confidence, especially being such a young player with a promising future. And he's showing that he can bounce back from a bad game and a bad result from last week versus Miami. And he's already proven here that the conversation, whatever Harry said, worked.
Cicerone trying to dissect that back line again like he did in the opening minute. Pittsburgh here will stay on the attack. It's Wharton. Getting off Tabor to Taka. Walgreens is proud to support Hartford Athletic and the Changemaker of the Month program. Nominate someone making a change in your community, and they could be recognized as Changemaker of the Month. Go to hartfordathletic.com/COTM to learn more. There's Jelani Peters, who featured in the Gold Cup this past summer with Trinidad and Tobago. So many players for this Hartford Athletic side as well. Darwin Lom, Walmer Martinez, Juan Carlos Obregon Jr. played in the Olympics for Honduras. This is a good international flavor in this match tonight. Here is Martinez. Now Tabor to Taka. Martinez again, trying to find space on the right side. He went to ground. Play continues on. Thank you to all of our Business Alliance members. Tonight's Business Alliance members of the match are Prime Materials, Recovery Inc., and MCS. Just about a half hour gone. It was Pittsburgh who got that opening goal inside of 2 minutes, the penalty inside of 20 seconds. And Hartford, a good response. They came back on the Juan Carlos Obregon Jr. goal. This game pretty much there for the taking for either side. Obregon Jr. couldn't track that down.
And you touched on it earlier, just the tactical battle between the two managers, and we're seeing it early on in this first 30 minutes of the match. I think it's been brilliant from start to finish. Again, Pittsburgh making it frustrating for them to break down, but then Hartford finding those little gaps, starting to play a little bit quicker, growing into this game and dominating possession, and I think being a little bit more clinical with it and more aggressive with their possession.
A bit more comfortable here at home. Torres couldn't bring that in. Stabbed away and kept in play by Torres, but immediately conceded. Peters looking for that long diagonal. Nobody over there. Here's Tulu. Iharma Ashiti, newly inserted for Yunus Budani a few minutes ago. Trying to chip this into space. Obregon Jr. playing chase. It's knocked away. Throw in coming for Hartford. Tabor to Taka. Stabbed away by Griffin. Now Dixon puts a challenge in defensively. Talked about Jeff Caldwell a lot with his Hartford Athletics side. Most saves in the league, and he put up quite a performance last week against Miami. That game really could have gotten out of hand. But Caldwell put in another fantastic performance. But early on, he had a little bit of adversity giving up that penalty. Was not able to save it like he did last week. His team was able to respond and getting that equalizer. Tabor to Taka. Playing this off for Danny Barrera. Two pretty good assist men in this game tonight with Forbes and Barrera. Play to the end line, Martinez. Now Tabor to Taka will take it. Two players in the same spot. Here's Barrera again, dancing on the ball. Trying to get this infield and does. Martinez goes down. Referee right on top of it. And Pittsburgh will be able to play out. Anytime you see a player go down in the box like that, you always wonder.
I think the big difference maker for Hartford is Tabor Taka. I think he's been all over the pitch, whether it's rolling in from this left-hand side and really creating overloads through that midfield. Just his ability to interchange with players as well. I think it's what Hartford was missing in that last game, just having no one really breaking that back four or taking players on, sucking defenders out and opening up gaps for players like Barrera and Obregon Jr.
Now a chance for Pittsburgh to look into the attack. Dixon goes down again. And referee points for a goal kick. Let's go back and look at that other chance on the other end first, though, for Hartford.
Nice little bit of individual brilliance with Barrera here, just dancing on the ball. Nothing there. It's a strong tackle inside the 18-yard box, and then on the opposite end here, there's contact, but I think it would be soft. If that goes to PK, I think it's a very soft call. Again, both good calls from the referee on both ends.
You just praise the referees.
I know, I never do that. I never do that. I have to give them love when they do things right.
Sure. Gotta give credit when credit's due.
Once again, this is why I'm up here and not a referee.
Here's Dixon. Might have gotten in behind. Now he goes down. This is another decision. This one's a penalty. Tulu pleading his innocence. And his start.
And this is a difficult one because you can see Tulu obviously beat defender around him. There's no cover, there's no support. So it would have been a one-on-one opportunity with the goalkeeper. You can see him upstairs just talking to see whether this will end up being a red card, because it was for me, a clear and obvious opportunity that it would have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
And it has to be last defender. The goalkeeper does not matter.
You could potentially maybe say the center back could have gotten there, but I think it's a red, yeah. I think it's the right call from the referee.
So Tulu sees his marching orders. And Hartford will be down to 10 men. Let's look at this again.
And it's a fantastic ball down this channel, and this is where Hartford struggled with that first goal. It's the pull of the jersey, and then it's the pull back with then no cover and support. If this little pull here, he's away on net. It's a clear and obvious opportunity for a goal-scoring chance. Silly from Tulu as well, because it's a difficult angle, and anytime you're in and around the box, there's just no need for it. Maybe your center back can get across. What we know about Caldwell, he comes up massive. It's early on in this game. There's just no need to A, pull on the jersey, then take the player down. So there's two calls that the referee could have made there. When you're early on in a match like this and have a goalkeeper behind you that comes up massive 9 times out of 10, bad defending from Tulu.
I didn't see the jersey pull at first. Once I saw that, I was all on board with the red card. So another penalty. It was Cicerone who took the first one, and it looks like it's Alex Dixon looking to score a goal on his former home field against his old club. Can he restore the advantage for the Riverhounds? Remember, Caldwell made that penalty save a week ago. He was already beaten from the spot once tonight by Russell Cicerone. JJ Belinsky making sure everybody is in order here. It's Alex Dixon for Pittsburgh, and a kick save! Brilliantly done by Jeff Caldwell again. It stays at 1-1. What more can you say about Jeff Caldwell? His second PK save in as many games.
I mean, this is a fabulous save. He guesses the wrong way, but still has the strength to kick this one out. It's brilliant. Now, question marks around Dixon. I mean, he's trying to go straight down the middle. It looks here, again, Caldwell just getting his feet on it, but would you not go back to Cicerone that's been on a hot streak, goal scores, 3 last match, scored on the PK here tonight. Interesting to change the shooter up in an instant like this. Yes, you can make the case that, do you want the same person taking a PK back-to-back in the same half? For me, it's yes all day long when you have a player on your team like Cicerone that has been hot in and around that 18-yard box, whether it's from the spot or free play.
Here comes Pittsburgh again. Switch of play for Forbes. Collision there in the middle. Both players get back to their feet. Here's Forbes. Fires this across. Caldwell parries it up in the air. Dixon will keep this in for the Riverhounds. And now here comes Hartford. Remember, playing now with just 10 men. And they might have a chance here. Coming down that far side. Obregon Jr. in the middle. Trailing runners there as well. Here's the shot, and it's dragged wide. Great chance in transition for Hartford.
And as this game progresses, this is where Hartford need to take these opportunities, is in that transition down to 10 men in the first 45 minutes. They're going to need to sit in. Again, a brilliant little touch down this right-hand side. I said he was the difference maker about 7 minutes ago. I think he's been class in this first half. Love this. Gets his head up, waits for that late run. It's a perfectly placed ball. Terribly hit. This should either be hit with the inside of the left foot as it's coming across your body, or strike that with your laces. At that angle, trying to take it with the inside of your right foot, it's going to be difficult to hit this one on target. This will be a massive loss if he can't keep going in the game like this.
Yeah, it's Tabor Tataka who is down. J Restaurant is proud to support Hartford Athletic. Visit J Restaurant, located at 297 Washington Street in Hartford, for their special Hartford Athletic Booze Nanza drink. Show your game day ticket and receive 10% off your entire order. So the concern right now to Preston Tabor Tataka, you've been talking quite a bit about. He's been bright out on the wing tonight for Hartford. Nearly had the goal. It was stolen away, though, by Obregon Jr.
He's been fabulous. I mean, the ability with his ball at the feet, pressing on this back line, popping off the front. I mean, we've seen him down the left. We've seen him down the right, rolling centrally. The partnership with him and Barrera, just that 1-2 touch football. They're going to need a guy like him as this game goes on, because they are down to 10 men. They need a difference maker on that counter-attacking break.
AARP Connecticut is proud to support Hartford Athletic and welcomes fans to visit aarp.org/CT events to learn more about upcoming virtual events. Our events are fun, informational, and free to people of all ages. That's aarp.org/CT events. Quite a first half this has been. Penalty inside of 20 seconds. Pittsburgh then scores a second-minute penalty. Hartford comes back and responds. And then the red card to Tulu there in the 36th minute. And the penalty saved by Jeff Caldwell. There's been chances for both sides.
And we still have 45 minutes.
This game is there for the taking. Teams played to a 1-1 draw earlier this season here in Hartford. That was back in May. And at the end of July, a 3-1 Pittsburgh win. All 3 of those Pittsburgh goals were scored in the second half of that game. Here's Dixon. Now Forbes on the volley, put that way out wide. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partners Jim Beam Bourbon and Hornitos Plata Tequila. Busy night in the Atlantic Division. It's Charleston who is in action at home against Orange County tonight. That's an offside call. And Charlotte has an interesting match at Tampa. Remember, Charlotte has beaten Tampa the last 2 matches they've played. Those are all 3 of those teams, including this Hartford side, that are locked at 27 points in this Atlantic Division. And Charleston comes to town on Wednesday. A lot can change in a short amount of time. Just about 2 months left in this season. Both those matches still 0-0. Here's Canardo Forbes. Danny Griffin finds space down the left. Here's the low cross. It's cleared away. Played to Dixon there at the end line. His cross is cleared away, and it's out for a corner kick. It's a Bank of America corner kick. Forbes whips this in. Too far behind Jelani Peters. Here's Tabor Ataka. You see he is okay to continue. He showed that quick burst of pace. He was cut off and a foul. Hartford Athletic is proud to partner with CLA, creating opportunities through your organization's entire life cycle by providing a seamless suite of services in wealth management, advisory, outsourcing, audit, tax, and consulting. Learn more at cla.com/connect. As we get into 4 minutes of stoppage time here at the end of this first half, it's presented by Brynjol Vineyards. It's interesting with Tulu having come out due to the red card and Budati subbed out. Harry Watling's already made one substitution in this first half, so I wonder if he's just trying to see out this first half, get to halftime, and then make the sub so you don't have to burn 2 windows.
That's 100% what he's doing, and he'll probably make a tactical adjustment here. I mean, they did get that tying goal, so it'll be interesting to see if he goes through 5 with that back line and just really kind of condense space, but he doesn't want to use too many windows, and they're not playing that bad. Being 10 men down, they've been good on the ball, especially this guy right here. I mean, I think he's been brilliant, getting past players, killing the clock off, taking fouls. This is what you want to do. You want to see out a game when you're a man down early on in that first 45 minutes. You need players like this to step up, get on the ball, drive at players, get fouls, and just try to kill off as much time as possible.
That was it. Here's a free kick now. This sent in, it was headed down, and now cleared away as Pittsburgh will look to just hold possession. Now they find the space through Canardo Forbes. Martinez got in the way. Pittsburgh trying to win this back. There's the foul and the free kick. And be sure to share your Match Day Smiles. Take a photo in your Hartford Athletic gear with the hashtag #MatchDaySmiles and tag @DeltaDental to be entered in a contest to win VIP experiences at Dillon Stadium. Over the head of Dixon, Armand Sheety there. And long over the top for Obregon Jr. Lost his feet, but still gets this out wide for Tabor Ataka. Final few seconds here of this first half. Pittsburgh might try to make the most of it. We have seen just about everything in this first 45 minutes. Rovira ahead for Dixon, and now Forbes.
Pittsburgh right now not looking like they're playing with a player up. They're losing possession far too early. They're not using that extra man to create the overload to break through this line. So give credit where credit's due. Hartford brilliant defensively, getting numbers around, pressing all over the pitch, getting that cover and support. And then that first thought, look forward, play forward. I mean, they have brilliant players up top. They're switched on today. Obregon Jr. has been fantastic as well. So can they continue this in the second 45 minutes?
First half is come and gone. Jeff Caldwell, a big save. Obregon Jr., the equalizing goal. And that is where we stand here after 45 minutes from Hartford. So a good crowd on hand once again on this Saturday night in Hartford, Connecticut and Dillon Stadium. Couple penalties, a hot dog throw in his hat, and we are getting set for the second half. It's halftime though here in Hartford. It's 1-1, Hartford Athletic and Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Back here at Dillon Stadium in Hartford. Good crowd on hand at Dillon Stadium. It's Hartford 1, it's Pittsburgh 1. Yeah, hello there in his Hartford athletic garb, the hat and the scarf. Let's take a look at what is to come for both of these sides upcoming. We will start with the home side first, Hartford. We talked about those important matches against teams right around them, and Charleston is coming to town next.
Yeah, and it's difficult. I mean, you look already early on, a red card picked up in the first 45 minutes, but they haven't looked like they've played a man down. So if they can get a result here tonight going into these fixtures, it will be a huge momentum booster for Hartford.
And that Real Monarchs game on the 15th, the makeup game from earlier in the season when that game was postponed. So on the other side for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, they have battled fixture congestion just as so many teams have. And this is their schedule upcoming. A visit from New York Red Bulls 2 is on Wednesday.
And you look at Pittsburgh, though. I mean, they're second in the table. If they can get the 3 points and just climb a little bit and pull some distance in between them. It's difficult, though, when you have games that are back to back to back. It comes down to your bench. It comes down to being able to rotate players and players coming on the pitch around that 60th minute mark just to take pressure off the starting 11, and then being smart when you're not at the training ground. That rest, recovery, it is crucial when playing back-to-back games.
And an interesting one upcoming against San Antonio there next weekend. But here at Dillon Stadium tonight, it's Hartford 1, it's Pittsburgh 1. Halftime rolling on here from Hartford.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Tees it up, what a strike, and what a goal! Hartford has a goal!
And Lou City double their money. And how sweet the sound in Lynn Family Stadium.
That was so fun!
Halftime here from Dillon Stadium in Hartford, Connecticut. It's Hartford 1, it's Pittsburgh 1. An entertaining first 45 minutes. It's been an entertaining season here in this USL Championship. Time to look at news and notes from around the league. Of course, still Supporters Month for just a couple of more days. The USL Championship on ESPN2 will come to Dillon Stadium and Hartford Athletics to take on Lou City. And then the Clear Audio Player of the Week, we're seeing him tonight, Russell Cicerone.
And this isn't a shock that he is the Player of the Week, obviously coming off a 3 goals last match and then has been so good here this evening. I'm a little bit disappointed that he didn't step up to take that second PK, because when you have a player that has been that hot within your team, especially these last 2 matches, I would have loved to have seen him step up in this game to take that second one and go for the brace.
Plenty more games coming up on the USL on ESPN schedule, including Hartford against Lou City and then Hartford against Charlotte at the end of September. But something interesting that Harry Watling told us was he showed his team the schedule upcoming. And I feel like coaches sometimes like to take it game by game. He's taking the opposite approach. He's saying, this is what we have to contend with.
Which is interesting, because I've never had that in a manager where they've shown you what is up and coming. Usually, like you alluded to, 1 game at a time. But again, it's putting pressure on the players. He knows what he has within the squad. He knows players that are starting to perform. We're seeing it here tonight. He's had hard discussions with players like Hack. I was hard on him in that Miami game with you, and he's been brilliant here this evening. So I don't mind this from a manager, putting a little bit of pressure on the team. They need results, they need performances, and it's showing here tonight, even after going down a man.
Look at the Clear Audio Team of the Week, headlined by Russell Cicerone, Alex Dixon, and Danny Barrera also crack the 11 as well. Well, let's take a look at these Atlantic Division standings just to refresh your mind. Remember, Pittsburgh in that second spot. These standings brought to you by Ornitos and Jim Beam. Hartford coming in 6th spot, but it's so fluid right now.
And it's so close, and this is why this result here for Pittsburgh would be huge, just to pull a little bit away from that middle of the group. But then you look from 6th to 3rd place, it is really anyone's division in order to get and clinch that playoff spot. So huge matches, and like we've just touched on, the match congestion coming up. Every game matters, and maybe that's why Harry showed him the next 4 fixtures.
Exactly. Let's see if Hartford can get a result tonight, or will Pittsburgh spoil the party? Second half is on the other side.
Hey, want a beer?
Young man, say aye to the blandest lager in all the kingdom.
It's the beer that everyone else is drinking.
Heavy and full-bodied, just like me.
How about a Beam and Ginger Highball instead?
Yeah, definitely. Much better.
We don't just protect things, we help protect the life you've built around them.
Back here at Dillon Stadium, building up to the second half. It's Hartford 1, it's Pittsburgh 1. Let's go back and look at that first half with our first half highlights. And the highlights started right from the opening kick, the first minute. And this was Cicerone playing in Dixon. He was brought down by Caldwell on a penalty.
And it's a great run from Dixon, just splitting that center back channel. It's that extra little touch, and then you have Cicerone that steps up and slots this one home. 4 goals in just 2 matches. He's been brilliant for Pittsburgh.
Then in the 9th minute, chances would start to come for the home side and Walmer Martinez.
And it's a brilliant ball into the box. You can see here just this cutback, brilliant save. And again, the momentum started to keep building for Hartford. A sloppy deflection outside of the back, takes this shot himself on a difficult angle.
And then the 18th minute, this would be the moment to equalize. It was Juan Obregon Jr. who gets the goal, but it was Tabor Tataka who started this whole thing.
And he's been phenomenal in this first 45 minutes. I can't speak highly of him enough. He's been all over the pitch. It's an absolutely fabulous ball into the box, gets up and over, bending away from the defenders, far enough away where the goalkeeper can't come and connect on that one. Ties it up here, and then slowly in this 37 minute here, you see him just getting brought down by Tulu. It's a sloppy defensive error. The first tug on the jersey, the second one bringing him down inside that 18-yard box. It's the correct call from the referee for this red card. They go down, and I thought that momentum would change in this game, and fair play to Hartford. It hasn't changed. They kept the defensive work there, trying to catch him in that transition. And you can see here, Tulu just picking up this red card, setting him off early in this first 45 minutes. But Caldwell, time and time again, he has come up massive for Hartford. Just this little kick save here. Dixon just not being able to slot this one home. I said it in the broadcast. I was a little bit shocked that Cicerone didn't step up to make this 2 on the night. And this is that moment that I was talking about with Hartford, continuing to press. They know they're going to catch this team in transition. Pittsburgh are going to want to go for this game, want to collect the 3 points here, and just big players stepping up in big moments around this 18-yard box. So expect more of this in the second 45 minutes.
So an interesting first 45 minutes that gets us set for this second half. But first, a look at the first half stats. It's pretty even across the board.
It really is even, and it's been a pretty evenly matched game. I will say Hartford has edged them a little bit just with that possession. They've been a little bit more threatening with the possession that we didn't see in Miami. We saw that possession pretty even in that game, but just we're always playing side to side, back to back. And then this midfield's really stepped up for me with Hack just sitting in as that defensive midfielder and really starting to create the tempo of this game. So again, I'm going to say it again. Can they keep it going in the second 45 minutes? Because as the fatigue starts to set in and you're a man down, that mental side starts to switch off and your legs start to go.
And that gets us set for this second half with Kaylin Kyle. I'm Josh Eastern. No subs for either side. That's a difference from last week at Miami when Harry Watley made 3 halftime substitutions. It's a bit interesting he doesn't do that here, as we were talking about in the first half without Tulu, their center back.
And this is one thing I love about Harry is that he makes decisions with what is correct for the team. He doesn't necessarily care about results. He cares about the performance, and that's why we saw those 3 subs at halftime. It wasn't good enough in that attacking third. It is here tonight. All of these players have stepped up, and that is why there is no substitutes going into this second 45 minutes.
And JJ Belinsky gets us on our way for this second half. It's Hartford 1, it's Pittsburgh 1. Well, if we can follow up what we had in that first half with an equally as exciting second half, I will absolutely take it.
It's been a brilliant Saturday evening spending with you.
It sure has. A good crowd on hand here tonight at Dillon Stadium, as it normally is. Hack cycling it around, who's sliding into that center back position. Martinez will win the second ball. Table to Taka, now Obregon Jr. This cross just clipped in, Tabor to Taka brings it down. His shot is right at Vitiello. It looked like the flag stayed down.
It did look like a little bit of an offside, but this is what we were touching on in that first 45 minutes with Tabor Ataka. He's been fabulous. Just his work rate off the ball allows him to get into these gaps and these opportunities. Saw him out on the left-hand side, started rolling inside, and just creating a little bit more overload and more of that attacking presence, pushing this back line back.
Here's Perez. This in. It was a bit behind Cicerone. He'll run through now for Jeff Caldwell.
You can see Bob Lilly unhappy, to say the least, on the sideline, and rightfully so. I mean, just not dominating possession. You have a man up, you have your outlet player, and just no one able to settle on the ball to really start to dictate the tempo of this match. It's very much Hartford on the front foot.
Obregon Jr. fouled, so a free kick here for Hartford. And might this be in range for somebody to look at the frame of goal? Barrera will send this in. There was a tug of the jersey. The referee will let play continue. It's Alex Dixon, who's pretty much tackled there by Connor McGlynn. no card given there to Connor McGlynn.
And it looks like it's being brought back to an initial foul that was around that 18-yard box that the referee, or a PK?
Well, it looks like Hartford is going to be given a penalty for a call that was right at the top of the area. You saw the reaction from the bench, and this is the decision on Janjigian, who was pulled back.
I mean,
Kilwine already on a yellow card too.
And initially the referee had let this go. It looked like it was the linesman that picked this one up that was in a better distance of it, and that is why the second foul was not called, brought back to the spot for this one. It's soft, but it's contact within the 18-yard box.
I always say it, if it's a foul at midfield, it's got to be a foul in the area,
100%.
right? I mean,
this would be a huge opportunity for Hartford if they can slot this one home, take the lead, and then just start to sit in defensively and make a couple substitutes.
it's Danny Barrera, the captain, to step to the spot, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Hartford from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. Look at this comeback for the team down to 10 men.
And it's deserved. It is well deserved. Yes, it's a foul within the 18-yard box, so it's always going to be as a spot. You can see here just the getting brought down here, the pull of the arm. Again, 18-yard box, like you alluded to, if it's a foul on the pitch, it's going to be a foul in the 18-yard box. And Barrera, fantastic. Just calm, cool, collected from the spot, hits it with the inside of his left, just opens up his body. Massive, massive goal for Hartford at the moment. It's really been a tale of two halves. Started that first half with an early goal in the second minute and already an early goal in the second minute in the second half, but opposite team. So well done for Hartford. The Devs not taking their foot off the gas pedal at all in 50 minutes.
That is goal number 6 on the season for Danny Barrera. And it gives Hartford a 2-1 advantage. So quite a twist to the tale. And this is just the second time and now the 8th meeting between these two sides that Hartford has scored multiple goals against the Riverhounds. They have not had much success. You mentioned coming into this match the goal difference being plus 13 to Pittsburgh. But Hartford is up for the challenge here tonight. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our partner Goldberg Capital Management for their support and generous donation to the Connecticut Children's Medical Center. Perez to the end line for Dixon, fires this across. Nobody there at the back post. And it's out for a throw-in. Potentially Bob Lilly preparing some subs. Played through for Caldwell. Some gamesmanship now for Hartford Athletic, the 2-1 advantage, playing with 10 men. And it looks like potentially 3 changes coming for the Riverhounds.
And they need it. They need a spark off the bench. It hasn't been good enough here tonight, especially going up with that early goal, then going up with a man as well in a game, and quite honestly looking like they're playing down 2 men in this game. Haven't been able to get on the ball, haven't been able to set the momentum. You can see Hartford winning tackles in that midfield. Interesting call from the referee here, but they've been all over Pittsburgh.
So it looks like 3 subs coming. Armstrong, Williamson, and Velarde all readying for the Riverhounds. There's a yellow card there in the middle for Hartford. We'll get those subs now. The first one coming off will be Rovira. It's Anthony Velarde coming on. Second one will be Preston Kilwine coming off. He did pick up a yellow card in the first half. And there is the final one in Louis Perez checking out. So Velarde, Armstrong, and Williamson on for Rovira, Perez, and Kilwine. It was all presented by 4G Recycling. Deflected through and taken by Caldwell again. The yellow card on that last play given to Walmer Martinez.
You can see Pittsburgh bringing in these 3 substitutes, gone to a flat back 4 because they've been dominated in that transition, haven't been able to deal with the front runners, so just allowing them a little bit more cover and support. And maybe just to start building up out of the back, starting to set this tempo, because when they had the 3 in that back line, they just weren't able to set that tempo quick enough and fast enough.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank the law offices of Crescenzo De Luca, serving Weathersfield, Greater Hartford, and Connecticut with 41 years of experience in immigration and general practice law. See if those 3 subs for Hartford can for Pittsburgh can kickstart this Riverhounds attack. Haven't had much going forward in this second half. Here's Armstrong. Ups around a challenge. Now gets the cross away. Headed down. Dixon will take this. Dixon scores! Top corner! And Alex Dixon, against his former club, nets the equalizer for Pittsburgh.
And it comes down to a good tactical change from Bob Lilly, going with that 4 in the back. It allowed Armstrong to build this attack. And this is where they were lacking. They weren't able to get numbers forward. They weren't able to get service inside the box, get numbers higher up the pitch. It's a great ball in from Armstrong, and just no defense picking up markers at that back post. But how about this for a finish from Dixon? He was good in this first 45 minutes. Just tease this one up. There's no pressure. There's no one charging out on him. He has time just to settle and pick this one, and decides to bend it far top corner. It's fabulous goal from Dixon, tied up.
Alex Dixon, his 7th goal on the season. There was a baseball coach named Lou Piniella who once said, "I always play players who are playing their former team because they always have something to prove."
That's true.
That is now 3 goals for Alex Dixon against Hartford Athletic this season. He scored twice in the last meeting on July 31st in Pittsburgh. That was another fine finish, a similar goal to his 2nd goal in that game just a few weeks ago.
And it's fabulous for Dixon, who missed that PK in that first 45 minutes. So just to have that confidence to settle, you can kind of see him just take that breath before the ball lifted his foot. And he had the time, he had the space to pick out which corner, and it was a brilliant strike from him.
So back and forth we go. As we mentioned, this series history has been fairly one-sided to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. But Hartford Athletic, they have been up for it tonight. Now we're back to square one here. There's a long ball over the top. A collision and a foul will send it back to Pittsburgh. Well, Hartford Athletic is proud to team with local health plan Connecticut to support food security in Connecticut. Connecticut is celebrating 40 years of caring for the health of our communities. No assist officially given on that last goal, but it was Ezra Armstrong who really helped that along, and this nearly spilled by Caldwell. Well, he's been so good this season, and that was nearly a fatal mistake.
You can just see this long range strike here, top of the 18-yard box, and just pushes this one wide. It looked a little bit more dangerous on that front angle, but Caldwell, I mean, he's been fabulous for this Hartford side.
Looked like it was knuckling towards him, not easy. Here's Armstrong again. I'm just thinking forward to if Hartford can make it into the playoffs, and if they come up to a penalty kick shootout, they have the advantage. I don't care who is on the other side. Jeff Caldwell has been a master of penalties this season.
And it helps with the team when you've been hurt with injuries, players in and out, players getting signed mid-season. You need someone that can really solidify that back line, and it's starting with your goalkeeper. They make or break a team. They add confidence.
Armstrong plays this in, trying to help this along, trying to find Cicerone. Now it's Forbes. Gets it back out wide for Armstrong. Flips this into the back post. And knocked away. But going back to your point, Caldwell has played every game. Thomas Janjigian has played every game. This back line is starting to come together with now Tula, although he'll miss the next game. Gabby Torres and Budati have been mostly at outside back. This is played through the middle again, right off the chest. And then Hack there to clear it away. You can see kind of that cohesion starting to come together with this entire lineup.
And that's what Harry Watling was alluding to. It's not about the results, it's about the performance and just doing this step by step and getting players on board with the tactical system that they want to play. And it starts from your back and through that core of the team, and he's starting to get the players healthy and fit within this side.
Ball played through the middle again. Little back heel. There's nobody there on the back end. Martinez will have to clear this away. Now McGlynn playing through pressure. It's Griffin. Martinez able to find an outlet in Obregon Jr. But Dixon there to win it right back for Pittsburgh. It's a good sequence for the Riverhounds. But Barrera wins it right back. Tabor Taka couldn't get there. Harry Watling told us he wants Danny Barrera to see the numbers on the jersey rather than the eyes of the attacker up front when he's springing those balls over the top.
I think as a midfielder as well, when you're maybe on a game where you're struggling, just hit the biggest spot. Your players, your attackers will get into it. You look at the pace that this front three have. So when you are someone like a Beretta, you can hit those passes. So it's just finding those pockets of space, which allows your attackers to get into. And again, that takes time, just that partnership, building it with your front line. We've seen moments of it here tonight, but I love when Beretta is playing a little bit more centrally and not rolling out wide, although he did make me eat my words on the first goal. He did roll it wide, got on the ball, and then put a brilliant ball into the box.
Here's Tabor to Taka. Played over the top, but the flag is up for offside. Visit HartfordAthletic.com to see our pub partners and make sure to pay them a visit and support our local restaurants and bars. This year, our pub partners include City Steam Brewery in Hartford and TK's in Danbury. Here's the shot. And it's out of play. Well, let's go back and look at that last offside call. There was a similar one last week, but Obregon Jr. looks to be onside.
He's 100% onside, and they've gotten done on this twice. Now, this is that moment and that point that I was alluding to. Just sometimes when you have those front runners, just hit the biggest pocket of space. Another opportunity miss. I think Harry Watling is going to be very disappointed, because when you have a player like that that's one-on-one with the goalkeeper with that much time and space, 9 times out of 10 that's in the back of the net. But linesman missed it, referee missed it. That is onside by 2 or 3 yards. It's a clear onside.
Looks like 3 Hartford subs already, as Jeff Caldwell is still down here for Hartford. Now, he went down to the ground against Miami. He was okay to continue on, but they were looking at the lower body again. Looks like Derek Dodson, Alex Lara, and Darwin Lom all set to come on. Connor McGlynn will be coming off. There is Lara striding on. Walmer Martinez will make way as Dodson comes on. The final sub will be Obregon Jr. coming off for Darwin Lom. Those subs all brought to you by 4G Recycling, as Caldwell looks like he is okay to continue on. Here's Tabor to Taka. Good interception there by Wheat in that back line. Featured Derek Dodson there in the open, the loanee from Orlando City in MLS. Did score in that last match against the Riverhounds in Pittsburgh. Down there on the far side for Pittsburgh. Westfield Bank is proud to support Hartford Athletic and all they do to make our communities better. And if you need more convenience from your bank, go to Westfield Bank. You can bank your way. Learn more at westfieldbank.com. Griffin there just holding things, now getting it out wide. Armstrong. Here's Forbes dropping a bit deeper. Challenge coming in from behind. That's Darwin Lom. Just onto the field and right into the book.
You can just see the replay here. Long just getting stuck in. Does win ball first, but it looks like he picks up the yellow card due to the cleats up. But soft yellow card for me for being the first of the game. Does win the ball first, but he's going to need to be careful moving forward with 20 minutes to go in this match.
There's Armstrong. Went to ground. Throw in Pittsburgh. "20 minutes to go, and will we get a winner?" Here's a good chance for the Riverhounds. Velarde for Forbes, who's muscled off the ball, and a corner kick coming for the Riverhounds.
And this is where Hartford are just going to need to be careful. Set piece opportunities, corner kicks, fouls in and around this 18-yard box. So 20 minutes to go. Just lock it up defensively. Don't switch off mentally and have that cover and support.
Just the second corner kick of the match. Played to the top of the box. Velarde for Griffin will hit this and sail it out of play.
And this is perfect. This is exactly what Hartford needed, just to have shots from outside that 18-yard box. Again, interesting to go short on a moment like this, 20 minutes ago. Get it in the mix. You have players up, you have numbers up, you have big bodies in that 18-yard box, but great defensive work from Hartford.
And of course, you have that man advantage. Sign up for youth soccer camps and clinics presented by Gengras this summer right here at Dillon Stadium. Come out and train with our professional coaching staff. Go to hartfordathletic.com/clinics for more information, or head down to your local Gengras dealership to receive free registration. Collision there in the midfield. Referee will stop play here. Back for Vitiello. Hasn't had too many touches here in this second half. Hack went to ground. Was able to win that cleanly, says the referee. Now Forbes trying to go quick. An appeal for handball. Hack there again. Another late whistle there by the referee. Free kick Pittsburgh.
And these are those opportunities I was just talking about. There's just no need to take player out. You have cover, you have support, you have players in and around you. These are those moments where they will hurt you late on in the game when you are especially down a man because of the levels of exertion you're having to put out, the amount of ground you're having to cover.
It's Canardo Forbes to whip this in. Header to clear it away as far as Griffin. Now Wheat, Velarde, Cicerone, who can always make something happen. Cicerone got a shot away, was blocked. Now Armstrong curling it on the left foot, and the header is out of play, and it's a goal kick. Our partner Dayhill Dome is holding a fundraiser to support St. Baldrick's Foundation to fight pediatric cancer. To learn more and support, go to hartfordathletic.com/foundation. Jigian. Curious to see how these last 15 minutes will go. Hartford down a man. They do have a result here as things stand, but is Harry Watling going to get maybe a bit greedy and try to go for that winner?
I think it's difficult because, like you just alluded to, this would be a massive result.
This is played through, just cleared away at the last minute by Peters, who went to ground. That might answer our question. Barrera curling in. Vitiello there to make the catch.
They just need to be careful if they're going for this match. They just need to make sure that they're always numbers up at the back. And then for Pittsburgh, keep players on this back line. Keep 2-3 players up. Deal with it defensively. And then first thought, try to catch Hartford in on this counterattack.
Timber to Taka playing this out wide. Wharton there to clear it away. We said it was a good crowd on hand here at Dillon Stadium. It's been an announced sellout here in Hartford. Home support has been good all night long, all season long, trying to see their team to the playoffs. Be quite the run-in in these final 2 months. Armstrong gets to the end line, now rolls this across, and it's cleared away. Right into a good area. Bob Lilly trying to tell his team to get up the field. Griffin over the top, Dixon, early ball across. Enough of a clearance just to push this out for now. Armstrong gets by one, still Armstrong, putting this in the middle, saved by Caldwell. Griffin blocked down. Great defensive effort, and now a foul will end the threat.
Fabulous again from Caldwell. We said it last week versus Miami, saying it here again tonight. He is standing on his head, and he's just a brilliant goalkeeper again. Good little individual brilliant play here, but just the ability to move his feet and just come up big, and you can hear him just communicating to his back line while he's trying to play through traffic. It's difficult. You can see all these defenders in front of him, but it's that quick reaction that this goalkeeper has. It's incredible. I mean, kick save from the spot. Just his reaction time within the pipes is second to none in this league.
Caldwell will send it back downfield. Hartford would like to thank Fresh Bev, the official cocktail mixer of Hartford Athletic. Barrera. Trying to go quick here.
And this has answered our question. I mean, to kill off the match or to go for it, you can see that Harry Waitling wants to go for it. You saw in the last opportunity, getting the ball in early, putting it down, playing, whether it's fouls or throw-ins. So they want the 3 points here tonight. Obviously, you look at that playoff race and just how tight it is.
Lara going to ground. Throw into Hartford. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Stanley Black & Decker. Stay tuned each week for the Stanley Innovative Play of the Game. Substitution. This will be the final sub for Hartford and Harry Watling. It's Keenan Hott. The young 17-year-old will replace Justin Hack. A 4G recycling substitution. It's a former New York Red Bull player coming on for a NYCFC loanee. So Keenan Hott with his 3rd appearance. And a good bounce back.
A fabulous game. I'm so happy that you said it because I was so hard on him last match because I know what he can produce. And then speaking to Harry a couple days back, just them having that conversation, it's obviously when you play for a good manager, it shows up on the pitch. A bounce back from Miami, losing 2-1, going down early in this match, going down a player and still fighting to the end, fighting for those 3 points. They haven't sat in defensively, which I thought they might do, and just go for that draw here because it would be a fantastic result considering everything that's happened in this game. But I love the fight within this team, and it comes down to a good manager.
Here's Lom. Wide for Tabor to Taka. He'll slow things down now, trying to fire one in towards goal, but it was blocked. Tabor to Taka as well to win it back. Early ball sent in. A couple of players there rising up for it, Lom and Dodson. Pittsburgh take advantage of this substitution, playing a man up, which they have for well over 40 minutes now. Armstrong, Velarde. Now Alex Dixon. Trying to send this cross in, it was blocked down. Another corner kick upcoming. It will be Canardo Forbes. Their 3rd corner kick of the match. Hartford does not have 1 corner kick tonight. Forbes couldn't get it by the first man. Griffin on the follow. Took a big deflection in front. Another corner kick coming. Another one sent in, this time an in-swinger. Takes a bounce. Goes out of play for a goal kick. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partner, Cone Resnick. As things stand with Hartford, Charlotte, and Charleston, everybody would just be moving up 1 point. They would all stay on now 28. Charleston and Orange County level at 0-0, along with Tampa Bay and Charlotte at 0-0. The challenge from behind, that's Keenan Hott. This played through the middle. Tabor to Taka. He won't be able to keep this in play. It did come off his chest. It's out for a goal kick.
You see Tabor Atako just pulling up there. Don't know if it maybe hit off his chest, just knocked the wind out of him, or that muscular that we saw in that first 45 minutes, but he's put in a massive shift here for Hartford, and is why they have been so successful in a match like this when they are down a man early on in the game. Players like him that's testing this back line, doing the defensive shift, getting after it, and then the first thought, getting in behind them and trying to put a little bit of pressure on so they can get that 3 points.
2 4G recycling substitutions. This was one you don't always see. Ezra Armstrong, who checked on earlier in this half, is now being replaced. It's Tom Judge coming on along with Wyatt Borso. Todd Wharton, the other sub. I wonder if that was an injury to Armstrong, because he seemed pretty bright down this left side.
And you could see Bob Lilly. I want to say that maybe potentially it was injury, but I don't think it was. You could see him getting after this left-hand side, that it just wasn't good enough. They weren't putting on pressure high enough.
Switch the play. Judge was making the run. Now it's Cicerone. Tom Judge sending this in. It's cleared away. Back out wide. It's Dixon. Going to get that into the middle. This will bounce out of play. Hartford Athletic is proud to team up with Stop and Shop in all of our community efforts as we work year-round in the fight against food insecurity. Keenan Hott, room to work. Tabor to Taka. Intercepted. Williamson felt that pressure from behind. He's brought down. Free kick, Riverhounds. Here's Judge. Funnel out of play, another goal kick. Peters heads this forward. Maybe a chance coming here for the Riverhounds. Deflecting around, falls for Judge. Now Griffin. Forbes. Couldn't lift this over the top, but it's headed out for a corner kick. It's whipped in. Fall for Dixon. He couldn't keep it alive. Darwin Lom. And look at all this space. Maybe something coming here for Hartford. Dodson leads the break. Lays this off for Darwin Lom. Options in the middle. Lom, a couple of step overs. It's headed away. Cicerone. Judge asking for it in space, and he will get it. Judge now slows things down, lost his footing. Throw in to Pittsburgh.
I've been so impressed with the fight of Hartford, not stopping, not giving up, especially being down a man.
And Judge will earn a corner kick.
And that attacking presence, just going after it, the pace and the power to get behind that back four, and then just the calmness. I think it's been fabulous. And then on the other end, that we didn't see in Miami, just the tactical awareness in that back line, that cover and support, getting stuck into challenges.
It's 5 minutes of Brynjol Vineyard stoppage time. Forbes sends this in. Caldwell got something on it. Cicerone. Cicerone scores! Of course, it's Russell Cicerone. What a season it's been, and he might have just stolen 3 points.
How good has he been on the season, but especially these last 2 matches. Hat trick last game, brace this game. Could have potentially been another hat trick if he decided to step up and take that second PK. Late on in this match, touched on it earlier, set piece opportunities, not to give them up late. And you can just see him using his body, getting on that half turn, knowing exactly where the net is. You can see here, just using his body just to screen that defender, and that quick release just to beat the goalkeeper through traffic. It's a brilliant goal late on in this match. 5 goals in 2 games.
So a brace tonight, up to 13 on the season. Maybe Haji Berry isn't that far away in the Golden Boot. And now, Hartford will really have to push forward, and they are down to 10 men, and now they get their first corner kick of the match. And now all of a sudden, Hartford trying to salvage something. And Caldwell's coming forward already. And that's something Harry Watling told us. He doesn't care how much they lose by if he's okay going forward at the end. Caldwell's there in the mixer. He'll come to this near side. Lara.
And I love that mentality as a coach, though. Why not go for it? You're middle of the season. That middle pack is so close to the playoff spot. If you're going to lose, you might as well lose big. Go for it. Get bodies into the box. Get crosses in. Use the width. Drive for 3 points or the draw.
Although playing devil's advocate in a division as close as it is, it could come down to goal difference, and that 1 or 2 goals there at the end could make the difference. But I'm in Harry Watling's camp.
Fair enough.
I say go
I like
for
your
it.
point.
And this might be an issue for Caldwell. That is put into side netting. Caldwell escapes big time midway through stoppage time.
And you can see Caldwell just mishitting this one. Rarely we see him misuse his feet, and it's a terrible opportunity that's not taken.
Tabor Taka goes down. It'll be a free kick to Hartford, 2 minutes left. And there's Caldwell up there again. Barrera trying to head this down. Caldwell keeps it alive, puts it into the corner for Tabor Tataka. It'll be a throw into Hartford. Got 70 seconds to go. Look at all this space given to Danny Barrera. And now he curls this in, back post. Vitiello, did he stay in bounds? It looks like he did. And precious seconds will tick off the clock. A frenetic end to this one. And we had action literally from the opening whistle. And we'll get it right up until the end.
It hasn't been a boring match at all.
Cicerone, he might just take this to the corner. The 2 hat tricks in 2 games would be pretty cool. Pittsburgh pretty much playing keep away. He's put into open space on the right. Now we await the final whistle. Well, both teams gave pretty much everything they had tonight, but only one side can come away with 3 points, and that side is the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. What a match, what a 90 minutes. Cicerone a brace in the end, coming off a hat trick, and they will try to extend their lead at the top of these standings.
And Cicerone, quite frankly, saved this match and gave them the 3 points, because Hartford from start, maybe not from start after that first goal, but they really were switched on tactically, got it right defensively, were pretty much perfect. And then in that midfield, they really started to dictate the tempo. Some bad goals to give away late on in the game, but that's what happens when you're down a man. So give credit where credit is due. Pittsburgh fought back, fought for this 3 points, and Hartford, to be fair, didn't stop fighting until the very end. Fabulous match from both teams. Man managed perfect, tactical adjustments for Pittsburgh to go to that 4-back just to create a little bit more overloads. It was perfect from both coaches and gave us an exciting match. I'm saying it's perfect, and there was 5 goals scored.
And a team went down to 10 men.
Exactly.
Well, we'll come back and wrap things up, try to make sense of it. It finishes Hartford 2, Pittsburgh 3. back here to wrap things up from Dillon Stadium. What a 90 minutes this was. Tough one to swallow, though, for the home side in Hartford Athletic, as Pittsburgh come away with a 3-2 win. Let's go back and look at the action with our full-time highlights. And we started off in the first minute. This would be the penalty inside of 20 seconds.
And it's a correct call. You can see Caldwell coming out and just taking down Dixon inside the box. A brilliant run. And then who steps up to take it? Cicerone. I mean, making it his 4th goal in just 2 games, and he wasn't done there. We'll save that for the second 45. And then jumping to the 18th minute, you can see Hartford starting to come back into this match, a little bit better build-up, getting on that midfield platform. It's a fabulous ball into the box, and it's a great little touch to get it over the goalkeeper, putting his body on the line, and then finishing this one. Obligado Jr. just being at the right spot at the right time. Just that attacking presence from those two were stellar in this match. And then the 37th-minute PKs weren't done there. It's a terrible takedown from Tulu, just pulling on the jersey 1, and then the second foul inside the 18-yard box. Again, correct call from the referee, and correct call for this red card. Last man, goal-scoring opportunity. Dixon steps up to try to make it 2 on the night. Caldwell coming up massive, and that's not the first PK save we've seen Caldwell make in this league. A little bit shocked that Cicerone didn't step up to take the second one of this, but again, this is why I'm not a manager.
And then the second half, and that controversial penalty play continued on. Then the referee brought it all the way back, and Barrera buried it.
And it's the right call again from the referee. And Barrera, I love that he stepped up, took this one. The confidence, the coolness of him, the collectiveness just to slot this one back. Absolutely fabulous match from him.
And then another chance would come Pittsburgh's way, and Alex Dixon, top corner.
And Dixon wasn't missing this opportunity again. He's got the time, he's got the space, no defenders coming out to put a little bit of pressure on him. Sets this one up brilliantly. You can kind of see him take a breath before this one goes off his foot. And then in the dying minutes, set piece opportunities. I said that these were going to matter, and who other than Cicerone to slot this one home. I love that he uses his body, just shields that defender, gets on that half turn, and just the power through traffic to give them the 3 points on the evening.
Full-time stats, and this was as entertaining as the stats show.
It really was. I mean, possession, it felt as if Hartford had majority of possession of this game, but Pittsburgh started to grow at the dying minutes. Again, being up a man helped with that, but you look on shots, I mean, 18 shots from Pittsburgh, 10 for Hartford, 3 of those in the back of the net, and 2 for Hartford. It was a fabulous game from start to finish. And give credit where credit's due. Pittsburgh made that tactical adjustment, switching from that 3 of the back into 4, and I think it really helped just create overloads down that width and just get good service finally into the box that they were lacking.
Well, coming up next for Hartford Athletic, they will host the Charleston Battery, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, September 1st. Go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and more. Well, so many good games still going on. Charleston 0, Orange County 0, Tampa Bay 0, Charlotte 0. Will there be late goals and late drama in this Atlantic Division on this Saturday night? Here there were plenty of goals as it finishes Pittsburgh 3 and Hartford 2. For our entire crew and broadcast partner, Kaylin Kyle, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Hartford. It finishes Hartford 2, Pittsburgh 3. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.